Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We're starting things a bit differently. We are already in the air. This is a cargo flight in our lovely PC-24 that we started a little bit earlier this morning. We're about, maybe still good 30 minutes out from our destination, something like that, maybe a little bit more. But we are currently doing cargo over Africa. So, pretty awesome. Hopefully everybody's having a lovely Thursday. And, yeah, let me get the chat on open here so we're ready to go. Glad you guys have been enjoying the YouTube shorts of real-life aircraft spotting. Had the Hawker 900 XP go out this morning, which is pretty cool to see. Didn't even know Beechcraft had a jetliner, or, you know, a jet version of an aircraft. I think they bought Hawker or something. I don't know. It's like a merged company. But either way, didn't even know that existed until I saw that. So hello, Cessna lover. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome to the cargo flight. I'm wondering if we're going to see our first development update from devs today, because it's always Thursdays. Be kind of cool to see some news on future updates today, but if not, it'll definitely be next Thursday, so we'll see. They normally don't post that till later in the day, around 5 o'clock, so we're still hours away from that, but would be cool nonetheless. Let's go ahead and grab a quick drink here and hop into the cockpit, see how everything's going. Everything should be going perfectly here as we fly over. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I forgot to change this. Hello, old school Mike. Hello, hello. Hang on. I wasn't worried about it when I was just doing this on my own, but I want to change it for the stream. If I can go to the right place, that would be ideal. Don't have any of my things on here. Volumetric Cloud Ultra. There we go. All right, we're good now. Wanted to change that really quick. Hello, Unbreakable. Hello, hello. Hopefully everybody's having a lovely Thursday. Welcome, welcome. We should still be good on fuel. We are. Yeah, let me see where we're at here. Oh, it's not actually giving me an estimated time. That's okay. I'm not too worried about it. It should be about 30-40 minutes. We've been in the air for quite a while, actually. We started over here at Sanjia. I'm sure that's how that's pronounced. But we started from there and then made our way up north. A cool lake coming up as well. We should start seeing that, I imagine, a little bit. It'll be kind of over here. Gigantic one as well. We are going to be landing at Huhi, the Kisoro Airport, which I didn't even look at how long the run. Oh, the runway is 1,199 meters long, which is pretty good. Let me see. My shortest landing is about 100 meters less, so it's going to be a shorter runway, but we'll be fine. We've landed on a shorter one, so no big deal. Criminals! Hello, hello. I finally have this game and it is awesome. That's awesome, Unbreakable. Glad you're enjoying it. Very awesome to hear that. And Benjamin, is the limited jobs bug still going on? I have not seen any VIP missions, so yes. I have no charter flights at the moment. I think your AI can still do missions for it though, so I'd definitely have crew on for it. That way you're still making some money off of that while that's not on the map. And the Deer Man, hello, hello. Criminals just bought the Cirrus in career but can't get VIP transport missions to spawn. Suggestions. That actually disappeared in the last couple days. I don't have any of those either, so I can't use the Corvallis, the Vision Jet, or my diamond that I have for it, so I just have it set to crew members using it, because then I'm pretty sure you're still making money off of it even though you can't physically do a mission. So I'm thinking they took that down because of the issues that people were having not getting the VIP missions. So I'm hoping that's what's happening. That'd be kind of cool. And then once that's back, people that have bought the Pilatus, the Cessna Citations, and so forth, I think that's a part of the VIP. So anyways, hopefully that'll come back, and those aircraft can be utilized for the VIP missions of the charter variation. So we'll see. But yeah, that's for everybody, so it's not just an isolated thing for sure. But alright, everything's good. We're at half fuel still. Our co-pilot still doesn't talk to us. It's perfectly fine. But yep, really excited that the holidays are over. The new year has begun. We can finally get back into a nice flow of updates again and everything. It's going to be really exciting to do that. Because, I mean, the last update was December 20th, and then they went on their break, of course. So now we can hit the ground running again and hopefully get a nice flow of hot fixes and updates. And I wouldn't mind having the super heavy cargo unlock, you know, get some heavy cargo missions available as well. We are 4 missions away from unlocking heavy cargo. I know they don't exist in the sim yet, but I still want to have it unlocked, so when it does become available, we're ready to go. We can dive straight on into that Saab 340 that we were messing with in first flight. I really enjoyed that plane, so it'll be fun having that career mode. We're going to be over $10 million by the end of this mission. I'm not really going to buy anything until that 340 is available and working in career, because right now it has no missions. And I think there might be some bugs with it too. I don't know. I've been told many things, but either way, really looking forward to having heavy cargo, and then we'll hopefully have super heavy cargo not too far in the future, and go from that. Hey Michael, hello. Have you been having issues steering the PC-24 upon landing? For me, once I land, I can't steer anymore. Oliver, I have not run into that issue. And I've been in this plane almost the entire time now since we bought it last week. I haven't flown anything else. So yeah, I have not run into that issue as of yet. Hopefully it's not something I will run into now, but hopefully it's something that'll kind of correct itself for you. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh, Oliver, make sure you're maintaining it. The landing gear might be broke. So I would definitely check the condition of your landing gears and to see if that could be possibly why. But man, flying over here is just so peaceful. Like, you talk to ATC sometimes only once, and then back once you get closer to the airport, and then other times maybe 3 times during an entire flight. It's so much different than in the US. Because that medevac flight we did, just almost constant ATC traffic, and it was just, leave me alone. So if you're wondering why I'm like in Africa, the Middle East, and India, that's why. It's just so much nicer. But yeah, I was gonna wait till this flight ended, but I was like, why not? Well, you know, we may as well just have a nice landing pretty soon after the stream starts, you know? And Reaper. Oh, and Brent, Happy New Year to you as well. Welcome to the stream. I had that once, and then I just skipped to shut down. With the PC-24, I mean, it must be something with the maintenance, possibly. Because, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that just yet. Or it could be because of, yeah, I figured that could be it, but it happens every single flight, even when the aircraft is in good condition. Well, it'll say good condition, because the thing you want to do every so often is do that maintenance check. Because if it says good, but you haven't done the maintenance check in a while, there can still be something wrong with the aircraft, and it'll still say good on that main screen. So I would definitely double check that for sure. But Reaper, I bought the 340 for my passenger business, and I confirmed that the jobs are still bugged. It skips pre-flight stuff and loading passengers, and then it will either fail your job. Oh, okay. Or won't give you taxi clearance and have to take a hit on it. Even if you go into the communications tab, it still doesn't let you do the taxi stuff. Gotcha. And yeah, I'm hoping that's. I mean, honestly, I haven't run into that issue since kind of the beginning, but I know there's airports that it picks. They need to correct what threshold or the parameters of what airports get picked for career missions, because there's obviously some airports where it picks for the incorrect runway length for the plane that you're using. So I really hope we see some parameter changes on how the missions are selected and created for specific mission types, for specific planes, and so forth. But yeah, hopefully the 340 will get fixed, especially when the heavy cargo missions become available, because I really do want to use it, because in free flight it was a blast to use, so it's a shame to hear some issues with that in career. That's alright, we're still not there just yet. We got 4 more missions to get another A+ rating on. We should be able to get an A+ on this one, so that'll bring us to 12 of 15 for heavy cargo. I know, again, heavy cargo isn't in the sim. I just want to have it unlocked, so when it does become available, we're ready to go. We can dive straight into it. And hopefully, when that does get fixed, we'll have a wider selection of aircraft for it as well. Because it's kind of weird to me that it's only showing the Saab 340 as heavy cargo. Because I'm pretty sure the Sky Courier would be able to handle that too. We're not there just yet. We're just enjoying the PC-24, which, you know what, we haven't done any outside shot yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Audio should be good unless the microphone glitches out on me again, because I don't know what was going on that one stream. Oh, hang on before we go outside. Thanks for the tip, I've already done that, and also bought another PC4, but it had the exact same issue on its first flight. I'm guessing just, oh, I'm sorry, Oliver. Yeah, I was trying to help you out there, but yeah, if it's not that, then that's a very odd bug for sure. Oh no, Joe, hopefully those missions will come back. I'm hoping they're gone because they're fixing them. I'm hoping that's the case, and as to why they've disappeared. That would be nice to see. Because maybe it'll fix the Beechcraft Bonanza bug with the people being outside of it, my Cessna Corvallis being outside. I'm hoping that's the case as to why those missions are unavailable at the moment. And of course, fix the VIP missions that never spawn at all for the bigger aircraft. So that's just me speculating on why they're gone, but hopefully that's why. But alright, let's pop outside a little bit here. Oh, hang on. We got this way too fast. Oh, why don't we have the boxes on, by the way? Did I do that? Leave that on. Get that out of here. My auto throttle loves doing that whole, because it did it in the beginning and then it kind of leveled out and didn't go up and down, but sometimes it just does that where it gets to the set speed that I want, but then it goes down and then it goes back up. It goes down, it goes back up. I don't know why it does that randomly. Probably a bug, but I don't care. As long as it keeps flying in the air, I don't really care. As long as it gets us there, whatever. Drummer just dropped by to drop a like and say hi. Got a few things to get done today. Y'all take care. Well, thanks for stopping by, Drummer. Enjoy the rest of your day. And Oliver, glad you're enjoying the content. That's awesome to hear. And Thunderheart, welcome back to another stream. Good morning to you. And Stefan, welcome back to another stream. Good evening to you as well. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining, I started the stream mid-flight, so you didn't miss like a takeoff or anything. This is just a flight that I started earlier this morning and thought, hey, why wait till it's done to land and just start the stream while we're in the air. We're over Africa, just in case you're wondering where we're at. Having a beautiful time, not having to talk to ATC every 2 seconds. Just beautiful over here. I'm really surprised we're not seeing that lake. And the thing's gigantic. Oh, I see. I don't know. There it is. Oh, it's right there. It just kind of blends in with the land down there. And the other thing I really love about flying in the Mideast and Africa is a lot of the times you're having a pretty low cruise altitude, which is great. Like, I love just having ATC say, hey, go to 12,000 feet. They don't talk to you much anymore. It's just, I love it. And 9 mil, we are flying to an airport in Africa, specifically to Kisoro Airport. And we've been in the air for maybe about an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours. Still doing good on fuel, we should be alright. Because the little thing I like to do is I don't fuel the plane before I go into a mission, especially if it's a shorter runway. I kind of leave whatever fuel I have left in the plane, because I'm always typically around right here, which is great because taking off from a shorter runway obviously is a lot easier when you're lighter, and then I just refuel once I get to like cruise altitude. So that's just a little thing I like to do for shorter runways. If I'm low on fuel, I'll just use my fuel button after the fact. Just a little thing I like to do. But most of the runways I run into are the perfect length for the aircraft. It's not anything too close. This is going to be a bit of a shorter runway to land at, but it's not the shortest one I've landed at. Because, like I said earlier, because I'm starting to make a list for everything that I've come, like with the PC-24, I have a takeoff and landing checklist. Make sure I'm under 250 knots, below 10,000, all that kind of stuff, or vice versa with landing and takeoff, whatever I'm trying to say. Anyways, my shortest landing is a 1,096 meter length runway, and my shortest takeoff is a 711 meter runway with the PC-24. So what I always like to do, I don't even check it beforehand, I just kind of go into the sim, load up, I check the length of the runway. You can do it before the flight too if you wanted to, but most of the time it's good enough. So for example, the runway we took off from was 1,621, which is plenty for takeoff. Because like I said, 711 meters was the shortest runway I've taken off from in this aircraft. And then the landing is, I think, 100 meters longer than my shortest landing, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 1,199. So, a little over 100 meters longer compared to the shortest one. But I'm glad I did this now, because I'm going to do that for every plane I'm using in career mode, especially these bigger aircraft that are known for shorter landings and takeoffs. It's just nice having that information to know it's like, okay, we can do this, or it's just something that's, we're not going to bother trying to do that. And then, of course, again, if you haven't watched the stream that I did over Medevac, if you ever have a situation where you land at a runway and the sim doesn't recognize it, like it just continues to say in the mission steps, fly to the airport you just landed at, and it doesn't update, the reason it does that is when you hit enter or left on the D-pad to automatically connect to your landing airport, there's a very rare chance it just picks a random airport that has nothing to do with the one you're landing at. So to fix that, you'll just go to communications, and then once you have like nearby airports, you'll just select the airport you're actually landing at, and then go through that process. Because I just take off again, and then land after I set up talking to the correct airport, and then you don't have to worry about like canceling the flight and then losing all that time. So I like to mention that because I figured that out a couple days ago. So yeah, thought I'd just throw that tip out there just in case you run into it. Kev, no, VIP missions are not fixed. Is it just me, or is the scenery really blurry? Well, I mean, I don't think Bing Maps does a lot of satellite imagery updates to Africa, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a lot of places in the US where Bing imagery is kind of old, from 2007, so it's gonna just kind of be that way, depending on what the satellite imagery was. Hey, Toronto, welcome to the stream. I had ATC messing up yesterday, told me to climb to 14,000 in a Cessna 172. Well, why didn't you do it, Thunderheart? If that happens, all you have to do is, request cruising altitude decrease. And you can do that by going 10,000 feet and just getting to a nice altitude for the plane that it's there, if it does end up doing that. So you can correct that in the sim by just going to communication and then selecting request cruising altitude decrease. And then you can get that down and fly your 172 without having to worry about losing oxygen. Well, you wouldn't even be able to get up there, but yeah, so you can get that fixed with that. And CT, the Vision Jet's fine. Right now, I think what's happening is they're doing maintenance on the VIP, or the charter missions as a whole, which is why I think they're gone, because they're still gone right now, but the Vision Jet is fine, you're just not going to be able to use it currently. Again, that's just me speculating as to why it's gone. I mean, that's kind of why I'm hoping it is, instead of it just being gone for no reason. So we'll see. And 9mil, you are welcome. Any fix of the freelancer missions to show up? And Maherder. As for charter flights, no, those are gone still. And CT, this is the PC-24 from Pilatus. I can do another little orbit here. Pop outside. But again, if you have a plane and those missions aren't there, set it to crew. I'm pretty sure they're still going to make money for you. So in the meantime, at least you get something out of it rather than it just not doing anything for your company. I want to add on top of, my speculation as to why those missions are gone. If that's really the case, I think what they should do is add like a prompt or menu that pops up that says, hey, just so you know, this mission set is currently under maintenance, stuff like that. Like, it would be just kind of nice to not just be in the dark as to what's happening in the sim, especially since they said that they can do maintenance on the back end where it doesn't require an update. I'd love to know what's going on in those things, instead of it just kind of being like, you run into it randomly, like, oh, it's fixed, and you don't know about it. So really hope that we'll get some good information, either from like a menu pop-up when you open career that says, hey, this mission set's gone, or this airplane's not active right now due to maintenance, stuff like that. I think that would be really nice to have that information going on to let you know what's going on, or if they do back-end fixes, have that in the changelog button in the main menu as well as the updates. So we'll see what happens. Does the fuel button still charge you credits? I don't think so. I don't really know, honestly, because I just use the fuel cheat because I like to have my tank low, and then but yeah, I'm not 100% on that, Joe. Stefan, looks like there are more cargo missions now, but still no VIP. Yes, those are gone. And Abigail, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. And Reaper, thanks for answering the question. But yes, we're in the Pilatus PC-24. Oh, you mean just in general, Joe? Yeah, I think if you're doing the fuel in the menu for your own company aircraft, then yes, I think you do pay for it or something of the... I haven't used it, to be honest with you. I'm waiting for the marketplace to open so I can upgrade to the PC-24 for cargo. I really like the PC-12, but I would like more speed. And that'll be really awesome, Paul. I'm glad they're doing that this year. So again, if you don't know, if you bought the standard or using Game Pass, and you're having the standard version of the sim, you'll be able to purchase from the premium, deluxe, and deluxe versions of the sim. So if there's a plane like the PC-24 that you want, you can buy the plane individually, which is going to be really cool. And hopefully we're not too far away from Marketplace showing up. I'm still hoping it's this month, hopefully earlier this month, we'll see. Oh, you've never... Oh, okay. Gotcha, Shredding. Thanks for the information on the fuel, so never been charged. I've got as far as I can on career mode because the game has bugged out and won't show the charter missions. Yeah, Lee, those are gone currently. Hopefully, because of maintenance, like we've been speculating. We'll see. I did that, but I got them to get me to 20k before they denied me clearance, so I just ignored it. Gotcha. Have I messed with? No, I don't care about doing any third-party stuff. Everything that I want to do in the sim is gonna be vanilla experience. I'm never gonna be having other programs or anything like that. The only thing third-party I'll do is buying aircraft from the in-sim marketplace for aircraft and so forth. But I don't mess with the third-party programs or anything like that. Nope, I'm just sticking to vanilla career mode, and that's that. Because, I mean, I can always... I mean, I'm not really too bothered by the terrain. I know sometimes it can look a little... not blurry, but just not high def. It's just because right now, for ground terrain level of details, that's 75. I mean, I can bring it up, especially since we're not having to bring in a lot of buildings or anything, so we can see if that changes. But it really has nothing to do with the terrain level of detail. It's more about the draw distance. So once you get closer, it'll look better, but from a distance... I mean, that's one thing I'd like to see changed or have a slider for, is instead of having it look better, I'd like it to, or not look better from a distance, but just it can load in better from a farther distance than what it currently can be. Because you can see now as we get closer, these reset, or refresh I should say, and they look better as you get closer to them. So I mean, it doesn't really change much with the terrain level of detail. So hopefully down the road we'll be able to get a load distance slider, because I'd like to have things load in further away than what they currently are. Because even down to 75 it still looks better because we're closer here. And then, you know, it's just kind of how that is currently. You would not want to see VR from the PC, because the way I did the flight sim videos, I was recording on the headset itself, which makes it look fantastic, but if I was just going with OBS and what it's seeing, it would not look like the video did. So that's why I'm not doing VR and flight sim on live streams. Oh, of course, Reaper, there's gonna be more planes, there's gonna be more missions, more helicopters. The third-party creators can support career. So if you buy a third-party plane and they wanted to support career, you'll be able to use their aircraft in the career as well. So, but yeah, it's not. This isn't it. It's not gonna just stop here. More content is certainly on the way. I still think there's a lot of content in here for the first initial batch of career anyways. But yeah, there's more coming. Getting a little bit cloudy, and it looks like the terrain is creeping up to us. Because what is the elevation? Oh, this airport's at 6,000 feet. No wonder the land is getting closer to us. That'll make for a nice easy descent then. To our final waypoint. See, this worked out. We've already been streaming for 33 minutes. Alright, see you later, Reaper. Oh, it's gonna be awesome having the marketplace open, Oracle. I'll definitely be doing first flights on third-party aircraft as well. It'll be interesting to see how many people support the renting plane feature as well. That's going to be included in Marketplace this time around. So you can spend maybe a couple bucks for a few days of using the aircraft, so you can kind of test it out, see how it runs on your PC and all that. I'm hoping that gets supported pretty good. And then of course you can buy it fully and keep it forever, if you wish. But the biggest thing I hope developers support is career mode. Because as you know, this is the mode that I've been playing for about 99% of the time I've been in this sim. And then we've been in first flight for, you know, just randomly doing our first flight videos, and potentially still doing the community flight on Saturday. We'll see. We'll see. When's the marketplace going live? They just said early 2025. I'm hoping it's going to be this month at some point, maybe middle of the month. That would be... I'm just speculating. There's no official date, but I'm hoping sooner rather than later because I'm very excited for it. Some lovely clouds hanging out over here. This cool lake here. Almost looks like a tree. And the branches stick out. We'll be flying over that. There's actually quite a bit of water going on around here. With that huge lake that we were just heading south of over on our right side. So we're still about 130 miles out from our airport. This thing's definitely gonna need a wash after we get at this airport. My goodness. The thing is caked in dirt. Well, Matthew, I mean, it just depends, because, I mean, if you're wanting to fly the local legends and famous flyers from 2020, in 2024, Aviator Edition is a great choice if you're interested in those aircraft, but if not, I mean, the Premium Deluxe is what I bought. I'm really loving a lot of those planes, because, I mean, the Premium Deluxe came with the Airbus H225, Beechcraft C90 GTX King Air, the 747 Global Super Tanker, the 747 Dreamlifter, the C-17, the Chinook, the PC-24, which we're flying here, the Pipistrel Taurus M, which is the glider with its own propeller, which is cool. We need to fly that at some point, the Saab 340, and the Savage Norden. But the other thing you can do too is if you're not interested in too many of those aircraft, you can always wait for the marketplace to open, and then you can purchase single planes from other editions. So if you're looking for, like, if you want to fly the C-17 only in the Premium Deluxe Edition, you'll be able to just purchase that plane individually and not pay for all the planes if you're not going to use them. So my thought process is, if you're happy with standard for now, and you're wanting to pick and choose specific aircraft from the other editions, I would just wait for the marketplace to open up, and then you'll be able to just pick those planes that you're really interested in and just keep your standard version. So that's just my thought process on that. Old school Mike, I don't know. It just does it randomly, because before I started the stream, well, when I took off it was doing it, and then it figured it out, stayed steady, and then it went back to the, I don't know what causes it, but yeah. As long as it stays in the air, it's all good. I mean, if we really wanted to, I could just get rid of auto throttle anyways and just keep it wherever I wanted it to on my own. Because I typically only use auto throttle when I'm not around the PC, so it doesn't overspeed or go under, you know, anything like that. But I can just do it manually, which is what I normally do anyways. But yeah, I don't know why the auto throttle does that. It just randomly does it too, because sometimes it does fine and it just stays steady, and then other times it goes over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, and it's just... And absolutely, Matthew, I mean, yeah, that's just the way I look at it, because I always like getting the Premium Deluxe version. That's what I got in 2020. But I'm all about using all of the other stuff, so if you're not interested in some of it, I think it makes the most sense to just hold off for the marketplace and then just get the specific planes you're wanting. And yes, absolutely, Mike. Bring that power back just a little bit. Hit the wrong button. Very good. Well, on the plus side, we're going to have a very easy descent here. I just realized it's showing us where we end up talking to other people, huh? When you're zoomed in far enough. Because that is where we spoke to somebody else. Airspaces. Turned off. So yep, that's exactly... Okay. Well, that's good to know, because then I can kind of pre-plan that and see where ATC is going to bug me again. And thankfully, like I've been saying, in Africa, the Middle East, and so forth, it doesn't happen very often. But if you're flying in the US, you can expect it like every 20 seconds, it seems like. So we'll have it again right around here. Because I think, yeah, if you're zoomed out too far, you don't see it anymore, so that's handy. Don't know why I just now paid attention to that, but here we are. Corona Studio, when is cargo, or when is the cargo, or did I miss the cargo? Ship cargo. We haven't done ship cargo in a while, actually. If that's what you're talking about. And Mike, I regret purchasing the basic, missing out on great planes like the PC-24, but I heard that we could upgrade our entire version of the sim possibly when the marketplace opens too. I believe so, yes. That should be an option. So if you do want to get a higher edition, you'll be able to do that as well, for sure. And Blaze, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. I mean, the PC-12 is a great plane too, but I've just really been enjoying the fact that I can get these cargo missions done just a little bit quicker with the PC-24. But no, the 12 is a great one, especially for medevac and stuff like that. It's a fun plane to fly as well. You got 3K subs for Microsoft Flight Simulator. About... actually close to 6,000, yeah. It was quite a crazy month. It's died down a lot, though, in the last week or so. I mean, it's to be expected. It's not the new thing anymore, but that's okay. Hopefully people kind of come back in from time to time when we check out new planes, when the marketplace opens, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But still happy to have 42 of you here. Very much appreciate it. Glad you're still enjoying the content.
You can cancel IFR. Continue VFR to your destination.
All right. I'm gonna bring auto throttle down. I'm gonna get below 250 already. Just get prepared for that. I'm already gonna arm my speed brakes for. Oh no, that is not what I meant to do. My goodness. Just trying to arm it, not deploy it, so we're good there. Goodness. So yeah, let's go ahead and get it to 230. Bring it back to auto throttle for now. Completely forgot to do the cancel IFR. I'm glad they didn't get mad, so that's good. And now we'll see. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So if you ever have that issue where you landed a runway that you're supposed to land at and the sim just doesn't continue, it just says land or fly to the airport you already landed at. What I do is I take off. Well, I won't run into it anymore because now I know what happens. Because if you get to this point, because right now mission steps should show contact arrival airport. So if you hit enter or left on the D-pad on the Xbox, there's just a very slight chance it'll pick a random airport that has nothing to do with where you're landing at. So if that does happen, I would just take back off and then come to the communications tab and then cancel whatever you had at that other airport. And then once you select nearest airport list, find the airport you're supposed to be talking to. Like, here it is, HUKY. And then tune into traffic there. And then that way, when you land, it'll do what it's supposed to do. So just keep that in mind if you run into that issue down the road. That'll fix the issue of where it just says fly to Kisoro forever. Oh, I know, CT, but over Christmas we were still over 100 people watching and so forth, so I mean, it's all good. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to last forever with having 100 plus people watching, so it's just how the content creation of live streams go. But it's all good. And I appreciate it, Mike. Hello, Nate. Hello, hello. And Romero, with mission types, that'll just be a thing that happens server side. You won't have to wait for a specific update. My speculation is they took it down because they're doing maintenance on it. Is the only thing I can think of as to why one specific mission set's gone. Maybe doing some stuff with the aircraft themselves, as well as the mission types, because if you bought an aircraft for VIP missions, the plane just would be sitting there doing nothing, because none of those VIP charter flights would actually show up. So I think that's what's happening, but again, that's just me speculating and hoping that's what's happening, so we'll see. But yes, those missions are still gone currently. And absolutely, Mike, I just love sharing that because it happened to me a couple times and then I finally realized what was happening. So it's good to know for future issues that occur when you land in career mode and it doesn't continue on, that is why. But cool, we are almost to our destination. Looks like we got some great terrain, which hopefully these clouds will break up. And now that we're out of IFR, we're able to just descend to whatever altitude we want to go to. Which we're not going to descend too much, honestly. I'm going to bring our auto throttle down again. Because we're going to start descending, so we'll be gaining airspeed, of course. We'll just go 500 feet per minute. I'm not in too much of a rush. Our destination's at 6,000 plus feet in elevation, so we're not having to descend too much, but I think 10,000 will be a sweet spot. We'll still be over these mountains that we have around us. And exactly, Mike, that's why I'm thinking this might be a maintenance thing. Because I would love to get my PC-24 for those VIPs, because I love this plane. It's become my favorite one to fly. So I would love to have that for the VIP charter flights. And hello, Kyle! Hello, hello! Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Thursday. So our airport is going to be right before this lake. Oh no, it's going to be past that. I didn't see the little blip of blue here. So we're definitely good on that. It's been going great so far, Robert. Gonna listen to this while I mow the lawn. Oh, the lawn. It's unbelievable. Somebody must be in the south. In a nice warm climate. But welcome, happy to have you. Hopefully I'm Gonna provide you some fantastic mowing entertainment. Alright, we can go down to 9,000 feet. Oh wait, we're still descending anyways, we're good. As my voice dies already. Fantastic. But yeah, like I was saying, this should bring us to 12 of 15 towards our progress to heavy cargo, which is going to be great. I know there's no missions for it, similar to how there's no VIP charter flight. But it'll still be nice having that sitting there ready to go for when it does become available, so we can dive straight into it and have a blast with hopefully a fixed Saab as well. Since I know people have been having issues with that aircraft in the passenger missions. Nope, I was right. There's the airport right there. Okay, well that's good. So I was looking at the map right. That's alright. We'll just do a nice little descent while we circle around these mountains. This airport's pretty cool because the road that goes through the town actually goes through the runway. I thought that was pretty funny looking at it on satellite. See, there's their little town road, goes right over the runway. And I would imagine that's because they probably don't have too many flights coming into this airport. It reminds me of the Marine Corps base in Hawaii. There's a road that you drive over the runway going to the beach area. Nothing like seeing a basically railroad crossing at a runway. I feel like I'm sitting a little low here. Oh. I like how I'm doing a good job of not descending. Just don't mind me sitting there at 9,999 feet. Got our first notch of flaps in here, maintain our speed just a little bit, so don't have to worry about getting over 200 so we can't engage some flaps.
10,000 feet.
Go ahead and get our landing lights on already too, so we don't have to worry about that when we're focusing on everything else. Oops. My bad, co-pilot, sorry. And Nate, yes it does. We already have the speed brakes armed, so they're going to deploy once we touch ground. And Yoli Romero, yes, this is the PC-24. You are correct. And thank you, Nate. Somewhere over there. Oh my goodness, I've overshot it already. What in the world? Oh my goodness. I thought I went further to the right than I did. Okay. It's alright, we're still good. We're needing to descend some more anyways, which we'll be able to do. We're pretty much out of the hills slash mountains going on below us. Any moment now, that runway is gonna just pop in here. Well, maybe not, because it's actually gonna be... This is perfect right here. Keep our descent going, and then we'll make a nice right onto final. Hopefully get a beautiful landing. Because it should be right here. This runway is hard to see, but it's over there. Get our gears down. Get our third set of flaps in here.
Landing gear's been left down, which is a problem.
Oh, get out of here. You always say that. Yeah, it's a problem, alright. Let's bring them up and then land without them. As we've said, it's a relatively short runway, so we'll want to touch down pretty quickly. Of course, our spoilers are already engaged, so we're ready to go. You were a very difficult little runway to find, you know that? Oh, let go of the controls for a second, don't mind that.
100.
Oh, this is like St. Barth's or whatever that place is called. Little hill into the runway. Come on. Oh, that was beautiful! I love this plane! Oh my goodness. Ooh, those smooth touchdowns, I love it. So satisfying. I know I say that all the time, but never gets old. Oh shoot, you know what? I didn't even tell him anything. Oh, I don't think it dinged us. Kind of forgot about that.
Hotel Uniform Kilo India traffic Pilatus November.
Ooh,
860.
nice.
Taxiing to parking.
Love this plane. It's one of those planes that are really fun to land. Are just awesome, and this is one of them. You like that, co-pilot? Okay. She enjoyed the landing. Oh, this is gonna be a weird taxi, though. I can see it's going up a hill. That's a bit worrying. And Maherder, yeah, I mean, I watched it before this flight. It picked up a lot of bugs. I have it all the way up. The mower is too loud, like I can hear it, but if it was a little louder, it would be just perfect. Hang on. I can turn it up just a bit more. I don't want to start peaking. But I've turned it up just a bit. Hopefully you can hear it. And Mike, yeah, we greased it. Oh, it was... Love it. Your landings always look so easy. You land much softer than I do. It's just all about that practice. just have a couple hours in flight sims. But when it's a plane I really, really like, I love trying my best to try to get a perfect landing in there. I was trying to reset some. I was just making sure my gears were down. That's why I went off the flight controls for a second, just to double check it. Oh, by the way, are we good? Hello? Oh.
Hotel.
I thought I did that already.
Kilo India traffic Pilatus November 58860 is taxiing to parking.
And up the hill we go. Hopefully we don't lean backwards or anything weird. We should be okay. It's not too crazy of a hill. I'm gonna go in at an angle here and not just go straight up the hill. That's what we're gonna do. Well, thank you for another fantastic flight, PC-24.
Awesome flight, Captain. Thanks for getting
I
us here
agree,
safe.
that was very awesome. What a plane. Now it's perfect. Awesome, Kyle. Would you be able to show us the autopilot APR landing? Oh, the approach landing. I can't seem to figure it. Honestly, I'm not the one to show. I don't use that ever. Even in the big airliners. I don't. Oh, that's scary. Don't be doing that. I don't know if I would consider it a crash if it did something weird, but I hope not. Hopefully that didn't mess up our gears now. That was scary. But yeah, I am not the person to look at approach stuff. I never use it. And I appreciate it, Mike. We need a moo sound effect. Absolutely. I didn't get over 1 million. I mean, it was a shorter flight, so I say shorter, but that took over an hour and I was already halfway through it. Oh, can't believe that went down either. But that was another A. I think that was an S rating one too. I wasn't paying attention to it. But now we are 12 of 15 on getting heavy. I know there's no missions for it, but still, it'll be nice having that unlocked. Very cool. But all right. But yeah, again, missions for charter flight are non-existent at the moment. And we're making some good progress through Africa. I got quite a few spots open. Because I got into Africa because of a mission from Oman. And then we kind of went over here. It'd be kind of cool to work our way up into the Sahara Desert. And so forth. But yeah, I don't know what I want to do next. I'm just really happy with that landing that we just did. That was awesome. And we're up to 10.3 million credits, which again, I'm going to just save it. If heavy cargo does end up showing up in an update here, hopefully soon, we can dive into it. Hopefully the Saab also gets some fixes as well when that does happen. But let's see here. It's pretty nice with the 9 aircraft I have going on now. I'm making almost, I think it was over 2 million, almost $3 million in passive income from the 9 aircraft I have. Well, technically 8, because my PC-24 is our main one. Does it show me specific details? Oh, it doesn't. Oh no, it was 1.5 million just from my 3 charter flight companies. So yeah, the charter flight stuff was already gone yesterday, so you should still be making passive income from it if you have it set to crew. And if you don't know how to do that, so if you have other companies, highly recommend turning on the crews for those aircraft, since you can't use it right now anyways, since missions are non-existent. But you just click on the plane and then toggle crew available, and then you'll still make some passive income out of those aircraft. But all right. Maherder, no, they have not. And Graham, hey man, love your Microsoft Flight Simulator streams. Great content. That's awesome to hear. Glad you're enjoying them, and happy to have you in a live stream. Welcome, welcome. And then, of course, again, really looking forward to the power lift rating and the behemoth that is the heavy airliner rating. Really cannot wait to fly that Beluga, because that was a blast in free flight. But let's see, what shall we do next? Where is my... See, man, I'm just so spoiled with that PC-24. I love that plane. I want to keep doing it, but we've just done an hour of PC-24. I don't mean for it to continue being that way. What do I have here? Cessna Skydive. I know that's my diamond. Oh, there's aerial advertising. We can try this again. We haven't done that in a little bit. No, never mind. Oh, maybe there's some banner stuff in Sydney. This is gonna be expensive, though. Yeah, never mind. We're not doing that. Change my mind. Change my mind. Look at all these planes all over the place. Love that. Oh, your rudder pedals are arriving on Tuesday. Very nice. Well, here, first off, before I move anywhere, let me open this up a bit more so I actually have a cargo mission to do when I'm not around. Uh-oh. There's not much cargo stuff going on where we landed here. Oh, never mind, there we go. Ooh, that's going to the coast. That's a cool one. Going to Tenga. What a nice airport. I'm gonna be honest, I think we might do another cargo flight. Ooh, that's an interesting looking runway, though. That's a bit worrying. I do like the destination, though. And how much is that to move the plane? 16 grand, that's not bad. And yeah, Maherder, that's the thing I want to do. I mean, it's just, there's no reason to have them all in the US, for example, or whatnot. So it's nice to kind of, and then as we get more mission types, I'll continue doing that. Just have stuff all over the world. Oh, we go over that lake again. Nice. We're gonna do it. Whatever. You know what? Another thing I realized, too, I haven't even been doing it the whole time. Well, actually, now it's not. Oh, no, we do it later on. Hang on. Before we do it, let me see what the runway length is. Because it's hard to tell on satellite imagery. Hopefully it doesn't look like that in the sim. If it does, we'll just bail out anyways, but... Ooh. Ooh, that's 824 meters. The longest I've taken... We'll try it. If it doesn't look good, we'll just bail out of the mission. But I've taken off from a 711 meter length runway, so... We're gonna attempt it. And it is, Mike. It is. But, you know, in the previous streams the whole time I've been like, oh wait, I forgot to check how the plane's doing. I didn't realize you can do it in this menu before the mission too. You can go to management and get the whole menu here without having to back out to the main menu, which I thought was really cool. So I thought I'd share that too, because I didn't really realize that was there until today. We'll do a checkup as well. We're all good still. Yeah, we're still good. Oh, I don't already like the spawn. I'm not gonna... Because I feel like if we move, it's gonna just crash it. Because that is... That's in the building. Oh, this would have been a really cool takeoff, too. That's where you can sell fuel and payload. Oh, I'm not doing that. We'll try it. If it goes wrong, I'll just Alt F4 out of the sim and we'll be fine.
Hi, Captain. Happy to work with you today.
I don't think it's fine, though. It looks like it's...
I'm your co-pilot, and my name's Enrakaira. Nice to meet you.
Oh, that's true!
The skids have high tolerance with turbulence, but make sure you keep the delivery smooth and on time.
And that's... Thank you for that. I always forget about that in those situations. Because, yeah, if we would have moved it on our own, I don't think it would have gone well.
System test. Okay.
Foxtrot Zulu Oscar Golf, traffic Pilatus November 58860.
But see, this is what I was talking about, too. I like having low fuel for these types of takeoffs, and then I just use the fuel button to fuel up. This is... I haven't done a grass takeoff yet in this. I think it'll look pretty cool. Because, yeah, if we would have moved it on our own, I think it would have just crashed immediately. And yes, Blaze, this is another reason I love this plane. It's my favorite voice line in any aircraft. TAWS systems test. Okay. Love it. Love it, love it. And Emil Berg, you get the Pilatus Jet 1 if you have the Premium Deluxe version of the sim, because that's what it's included with. You'll be able to purchase it individually when the marketplace arrives, but you need to get 15... No. Is it 15 soft? No, I forgot. It's something with the smaller cargo, I think. There's just a whole way of doing it. You need like the jet engine rating and certifications, and then the specializations and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the TAWS systems test is always... I don't know what it is about it. It just sounds fantastic. I always love it when the plane has his voice for that. Nice and bumpy on this runway. I think I just washed you. You're already all caked in dust. Because I really want to do this flight because it'll be cool getting to the coast of Africa. Should be some nice views over there. Get a couple notches of flaps down. You know, I just realized, I thought both of them were light, or landing lights. It's only one. My goodness. I've been in this plane for 25 hours and I... Unbelievable. Anyways. Is everybody ready for a 824 meter long takeoff? Look how dirty my plane is. It's unbelievable. It's like it's a dirt runway or something. Alright, let's back it up a little bit. I always love using the pushback feature a little bit. Get a little bit of extra space. What we're also going to do is hold the brakes, go full power. Oh, it's not doing the dirt because it's on... Oh, never mind, we're ready to go. Here we go! Oh, it's not really doing the dirt effect too much here for some reason. There it goes. Holy crap, wheel out of runway. Well, where's the runway at? How am I supposed to know? How cool that looks. We're out of here. Nice. I love doing those short runways, even though we got penalized for wheel off the runway, which, okay. Whatever then. Oh, forgot to bring our flight in here. Which again, if you don't know how to do that with the PC-24, we'll just kind of go through that again, just in case you haven't seen any of the other streams just yet. So if you go to your EFB, and then click on the Route tab, you'll scroll all the way down, and you'll see a Send Route to Avionics button. You'll click that, and then we can close out of the EFB, because we're done with that. If you pop it, or zoom in a little bit, you'll see two buttons. You can activate it from either way. You'll select it. And right now we're not on it just yet. So if you ever run into this issue when you hit navigation and it doesn't go to it, this is what you want to do. So let me keep going away from it for a second. So we've activated it, we're all good. Let's go ahead. God dang, I'm wanting them to quit talking so I don't have to talk over them too. That's alright, it'll give us a little bit more breathing space here.
Cleared to Tenga Airport as filed. Squawk 7165. Latest 860 readback correct. Radar contact 5,000 feet, QNH 1007. Turn left heading 100, resume. On navigation climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
Should be the last one.
Turn left heading 100, resume. On navigation climb and maintain 11,000 foot, the latest 860.
Alright, perfect. We are done. So let's say we took off, you hit navigation, you hit autopilot, but the plane still isn't going to the route. So what you're wanting to do is just turn on half bank for cargo, that way we're not throwing our cargo all over the place. So let's get our heading bug over to a good position. something like this. So this is our heading bug right here, which you turn with this dial. We're going to have it point to the left. And the reason we're doing that is, let's go autopilot our heading first. Set this to manual. Let's set it below 250 because we need to be below that speed, below 10,000 feet. So we'll do auto throttle, we'll set autopilot. Perfect. So what we're also going to do now is we're going to select the first one, which is always going to be green. So we'll click on this, and then we will select intercept. And we will accept or apply that. So now what we're doing is we'll turn on navigation mode, we'll keep it in heading select, because now what the plane is doing is going to where we set the heading, and once we get to the interception point on our flight plan, it'll disengage heading and swap into navigation, and it'll follow your flight plan as intended. And I forgot to hit accept there, but we're still good. We're not there yet. So don't forget to hit accept again. I skipped that part. But anyways, everything else that I said, so once we get right there, heading will turn off, this will switch to white and then to pink, heading's off, white to pink, and there we go. We're now set to nav, it'll go through the waypoints and everything else. So just in case you ever run into that issue where you, or not issue, it's just how it is, if you hit navigation mode and it's not following your flight plan, that is why. So you'll want to go into heading, have the heading select go to the flight plan line, and then once you do all the other steps that we did, it'll intercept it, toggle off heading, and now it's going to go the entire flight
10,000 feet.
along the waypoints automatically. So, just, there you go, little tip for you there. We're over 10,000 feet now. Now we can climb, or not climb, but bring our speed up to just below overspeed, which is around 270. I always like to be just a bit lower. That way if something goes wrong, or turbulence, or anything like that that can kick you into overspeed, it just gives you that nice buffer there. And Robert, for takeoff, I'm always using 2 notches of flaps, so I'm set to about 15 degrees of flaps. I'm never full for landing. I'm never full for never full for takeoff. So 15 degrees for takeoff, and it just depends on the runway. If it's a really short one, I don't know, I'm still up in the air about what I use for landing. Because most of the time I do like it at 15 degrees. I feel like 35 degrees makes you way too floaty. So I always like coming in a little bit faster on a shorter runway, because then I can get on the ground, apply the brakes earlier. So it just kind of give or take on the landings. But takeoff, I'm always at 15 degrees, no matter the length of the runway. But cool, we are in the air. We are heading to our airport of Hotel Tango Tango Golf, which is, oh yeah, Tango, we already said that. And this runway should be pretty lengthy here. We've got 1200 and 1300, so we're definitely good on that. A little longer than that last runway we just landed at, but nothing going to be too crazy for us. You just drifted with your mower. Very nice, Kyle. Very nice. Thank you, Blaze. I'm glad you enjoyed the takeoff. Actually, it's magenta, not pink. Also isn't how pilots actually fly. This autopilot is just a cheat for simmers. Oh, I love it. But yeah, okay, magenta. Apologies. And Tin Man Pickle, welcome back to another stream. And we are going to be cheating until landing, yes, that is absolutely true. But we don't cheat with the approach mode. I leave that one out. But cool, so we're all set. Got our speed there, we're at our altitude that ATC wanted us at. And we're golden. But it's really fun taking off on dirt runways here. It's always cool seeing how all that dirt's getting pushed back. Now our plane's all dusty already. I do love that it actually simulates that too now, instead of it just always looking clean the whole, like, I love those little touches. And Wildcat, welcome back. I had a New Year's celebration with my uncle and my cousins. So anyway, the next plan is to get my airline transport and turboprop airline transport certificates. Very nice. Glad you had a fantastic New Year's, and that sounds like some fantastic goals. You get some fantastic, I don't know why I keep saying fantastic, but it's just fantastic. Anyways, those, you're going to get some great planes out of those certifications. That'll open up some more specializations and all that. So, very cool. Since you don't use approach, what is your plan of attack when approaching a runway? Well, I mean, honestly, it all kicks in before we descend, especially before we reach that 10,000 mark. Because obviously we need to be below 250 knots before we get to the 10,000. So right then and there, I focus on that. The next step is to get below 200 knots. So I always just have a nice, smooth, gradual descent. Because once we get to that point, I already disengage autopilot anyways. So I just try to keep a nice, smooth descent while also decreasing our speed to get below 200, get our flaps, our first degree of flaps in there, which obviously helps decrease speed. Get the second notch, and then just make our nice long turn around to get the final or so. Kind of similar to what we did in that first landing in the beginning of the stream. And then once I'm almost to final, I bring the gears down, and then a little bit before the landing, depending on what I'm feeling, if I do want full flaps or not. It just depends on that runway. And that's pretty much it. I just keep that slow descent, nice gradual decline in there, and we're at the runway. That's pretty much it. But yeah, it's just, it really just depends if I want, because a lot of the times full flaps just feels like, once you get that ground effect going, you're getting lift, of course, so it's always nice having less flaps for that type of situation. And of course, as you know, when we first got into the sim, I was always forgetting the landing lights, but those days are gone. Well, hang on, I say that. You can turn it off now. There we go. But yeah, absolutely, Mike. And then, of course, it's just, the thing I would do is if there's a plane you really like, just keep going with it. Just keep practicing, or even going into free flight and doing touch and goes at an airport with a long runway, because then you're less worried about where you're at on the runway, and then more focused on getting the right steps in there for the smooth landings, and then you can work your way into shorter airports and just getting an overall experience with the plane and getting more familiar with it. And Wildcat, I actually did that just before you stopped by. So if you scrub back maybe seven minutes ago or so, I kind of dive into that, where if it's not following a flight plan when you hit navigation mode, I mean, I can give you a little bit of a crash course anyways. For most planes, or I'm pretty sure for all planes, if it's not following navigation, you're not getting the magenta line. Don't want to say pink. But anyways, if you're not getting that and it's not following your navigation flight plan, all you'll need to do is go into heading mode, bring the heading bug, which is right here, point it towards your flight plan, and then have navigation mode. Like, for instance, if you're in the 24, you'll click this, you'll click intercept, do the heading towards the line, have navigation mode on, and then once it reaches that line, it'll go off of heading and then follow your flight plan, if that makes sense. That's just a quick crash course on it, but I did it about 7 minutes ago, fully, and you can kind of see what that system's like. Anytime I hand fly an approach, I always end up high and having to dive it down or go around. I guess it's from me cheating all the time. See? This is why I do not cheat with autopilot. I learned that you have to keep this plane at 125 knots and landing any slower, you will stall and fall. Is this because of experience, Robert? But yeah, I like to stay in that 120 to 125 range for sure. No doubt about it. If you only have 2 notches of flaps like example of Vision Jet, will you use full flaps? I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It all depends on the plane. I mean, even a Cessna 172, I don't like going full flaps on. I always like going with the 2 notches of flaps because I feel like it floats more with that extra flap in there, and it's just not really needed. So it's just it's really all dependent on the plane. Vision Jet, I've only flown once I've flown it twice now, but I think I've only done 2 notches there too. I don't think I went full flaps on the landings for that. I think I use full flaps often. So yeah, if you're feeling like you're floating more than you need, like if you can get a good speed with only a couple notches of flaps, then that's what I would stick with. I would just kind of practice with it, see if you're comfortable with two notches of flaps in there, or however many notches of flaps. Obviously, every plane's different. But I would say, I mean, I think it's better going a little less with the flaps, just so you don't have to deal with the ground effect of the lift because of the full flaps. But it's really all just dependent on the plane. So I would just kind of practice with less, see if it's not enough flaps, or if you're going too fast, and just kind of dialing it in from that point. And Wildcat, thanks for the tip, dude. I appreciate it. You are welcome. Very much. And very much from experience, it's a learning curve. Oh, especially going from like a Cessna 172 or a Corvallis or something. Once you get to the bigger jets, it definitely takes some getting used to, for sure. But really enjoy this Honeywell avionics system in this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the G1000, the G3000, and whatever else is out there, but this one's just, it's really nice with the touch screen. And especially once you get the systems down and everything, like, I'm so happy I know how to do the autopilot stuff now. It's just kind of second nature at this point. It's like, oh, it's not following the nav, just do a little bit of heading, intercept that waypoint, boom, done. Love it. We've already been in the air for 15 minutes, folks, and I think it's time to do a little bit of outside shots because we have some cloud cover coming. Oh, hang on. It's a new flight. I need to change the settings again. Apologies. I noticed our auto throttle is back to doing its decrease-increase thing again. But I mean, I'm not particularly too worried about it, but if people want me to not use it because of it, I can kind of manually do this. And Old School Mike, thank you very much for the $4.99. Thanks for all the tips on landings. We appreciate you. And thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate that. Hopefully my tips will help out. Get you those nice, smooth landings in your favorite aircraft. And Oracle, yeah, I know. We had that on before. I just haven't talked about it here because honestly, I don't think we're going to be dealing with much terrain on this flight. But I can turn it on. I can turn it on. But again, Mike, thank you so much. That's awesome. Lucas, that is for everybody. Nobody is having... Hang on, I don't know if people hear me or not when I'm outside. But yes, that is an everybody issue with charter flights. They are not available right now. My speculation is I think they might be doing maintenance on those missions. At least that's what I'm hoping they're gone, because that would be awesome to see. And then we can finally get like the Cessna citations going in the VIP missions. So again, that's just me speculating as to why they're gone. But you are not the only one having that a problem. By the way, here's that lake we were flying south of last time. We actually get to see it this time. And that's funny, DJ with the same question. But yes, so both Lucas and DJ, everybody's having that issue. Again, I'm speculating. I think it might be because they're doing maintenance on the missions, because it happened yesterday. So we'll see. But again, that's just me, what I think is happening, and hopefully it is. And then we can get those other bigger aircraft for those VIP missions as well. Aerial firefighting missions are very, very rare. I've started seeing more, like if you go to the northern part of South America, there's a lot. Once we're done with this mission here in about an hour and a half or so, it's going to be a little bit. But I can go back to the map and showcase what it looks like for me. But South America's a good bet on getting them. Well, actually, no, I won't see. No, never mind, I lied. I don't have the firefighting aircraft anymore. I think or did I buy it again? I don't even know. I don't even know what I have anymore. Goodness gracious. Cow, I thought you were part of the dev team. No. No. Uh-oh. All right. Almost out of fuel. Forgot about that. We're good. Back to my window.
Latest 860 contact Kigali Center on 125. Tree. Good day.
Good day. So do we pass a airspace thing here? I think we're just doing it early because we're going into that space here. It looks like we're not going to be talking to anybody again in a while, which is perfect. But see, if you're in a place that has... no, it might be force fire. Anyways, got distracted. If you're in a place like Africa and stuff like that, and you're kind of noticing that terrain looks a little low res, you got to think, one, it's probably not a place that satellites are taking a lot of images of, and then two, sometimes the sim is also guessing based off of its surrounding, especially if there's cloud coverage in the satellite imagery like this. So you just got to keep that stuff in mind too, because it's not like Europe or the US or Canada. I'm pretty sure even Mexico has some high res, or Japan, high res satellite imagery. Because, you know, in those countries, the satellites are more focused on getting clear day pictures. I mean, obviously that's not always the case. Sometimes it'll just happen and it'll get thrown out. So just keep that in mind if there's some low res terrain and so forth, especially in countries like Africa. Probably the Middle East as well. I mean, I'm sure not all of it's fully captured in the highest quality. So, just thought I'd mention that as well. But who knows, maybe we'll get some Africa World updates as well. You never know. We got South America coming out this month, which is going to be cool. Our first world update in the sim, and all that good stuff. So I don't think we're going to be dealing with any ATC changes for a little bit here. Very nice. Because I'm going to be back in just a few minutes. Last of my basic questions, why did my first Cessna 102 immediately break after the second mission? Plum? That's a very good question. I don't know. I'm not sure. And Andy, I just used the little quote-unquote walk feature in there. So if you have an Xbox controller, like let's say we're in the cockpit here and we want to see that, if you hold the left bumper down and then the left analog stick, you can, I mean, basically if you're holding the left bumper, you can do like a first person shooter type movement. Left stick to move all around, and then right stick to look up and down and so forth. And then I kind of just position it here and then let go of the bumper, and it'll just maintain that picture there, instead of like a showcase camera where you're kind of just bobbing up and down and all that. And then yeah, I don't know the keyboard, but oh, old school said tab, or is it holding alt? Shift? Ah yes, so shift and then WASD, and then of course I'm assuming, yeah, the mouse of course. So yep, and then that's how you do it with a keyboard. That's good to know. Now I can answer the keyboard side of it. I always forgot what that was, so I just butted the landing from one side of my yard and to the other with my... Oh, very nice, Kyle. Very nice. Alright, I'll leave you with this lovely view. I will be right back. Ooh, got a little cloudy. I didn't miss anything, did I? No. As expected. But see, stuff like this is what I mean. It's just, if the satellite imagery is either old or blocked by clouds and so forth in real life, I think the sim kind of just guesses a little bit. I'm not really sure how it works if it's cloudy in the satellite imagery and how it gets the data. But anyways, let me catch up on everything. Got to ask, was the landing gear down? I still can't believe we did that with the air boss or fire boss. Lovely air tractor. Just completely forgot about the gears on that. But hey, we still had a successful landing. Plus it wasn't hours anyway, so, you know, whatever. Oh, it was a UFO? Nice. You know, I kind of wish they would do that. Like, just a really rare chance of something just blasting by you in the sim. I think that'd be pretty awesome. I wouldn't mind that. Alright, how are we doing here? Oh, that wasn't even the lake I was talking about. We haven't even gotten to it yet. At least we'll actually be able to see it. Well, hopefully. Depends on what the clouds are like. Joe, are you talking about, like, once you get to the airport itself? Like, doing the whole... Oh, this one doesn't actually have it. This is a straight-in final. But, like, if it has the teardrop and then goes here and around... Well, I don't do that. I typically make my own. Like, for example, the runway here is perfect, and the way the flight plan here is just a straight-in final. But if the runway was here and it was doing all that, I typically kind of go off the line and then make my own pattern, and then get into the airport or around, all that kind of stuff. So no, I don't follow what the sim has planned for the most part, but this one we will, since it's just a a nice simple final. Oh, you just mean in general, like just from the airport and going straight there? I did in the beginning, but sometimes if you go too far away from it, the mission can fail. So it really just all depends on it. But ever since I figured out how to do the navigation and so forth with Autopilot, I just let it do its own thing. Where I do end up following what the flight plan has. You ever gonna try crop dusting again? I mean, if it comes into it. Holy IFR, Batman. Herder, I do not follow college football. But nice, Kyle. Very nice.
You were 300 feet above your assigned altitude.
Oh.
Descend and maintain
My bad.
11,000 feet QNH 1016.
My bad, my bad. Right as I got my auto throttle to not freak out.
Latest 860.
Oh shoot, I thought you just... Sorry.
Descend and maintain 11,000 foot
I'm gonna get
latest
deducted points for that. I mean, we're already getting deducted points because of the gear off the runway, even though I didn't know where the runway was. That's alright. But I'm sure that, Kyle. Don't mind me, I'm going to enjoy a peanut butter and raspberry sandwich. Courtesy of the Smucker's brand. You get a bit hungry flying the Pilatus. I did not mean to do that. Hang on, my bad. Okay, don't have to give me that look, buddy. My god. Just unbelievable. Don't mind me just staring at the ceiling. Looking like I'm crazy or something. And absolutely, Blaze. Reputation is in the S tier. I mean, you can't beat an Uncrustable. I mean, it's just... They're awesome. I love it. Especially this new raspberry one. Fantastic. Oh, there's that word again. I think the word of the day is fantastic today. And Mike, yes, the first officer's very upset. I don't know what's going on. My last one was upset too. I still can't get over how much better the clouds look in 24 from 2020. Just awesome. But yes, Mike, they just came out with it like last month, I think. They got the honey one now, the strawberry and raspberry. You are missing out. Do you ever pop one into the microwave for 50? I did not try that yet, but that sounds excellent, Robert. I will have to try that next time. Because that sounds like an excellent idea. You better not Oracle. Not on my plane. Does it taste like a raspberry zinger? I don't think I've ever had one of those, to be honest. The name does not ring a bell. But it definitely tastes like raspberry. With the peanut butter in there. You're making me hungry. I'm sorry, Kyle. Wow, Canadide. I haven't heard that in a long time. Probably never. I think the developers abandoned that game. I hope so, Robert, because I'm going to try it next time. I better not be disappointed with this new discovery. Oh, okay, Mike. Yeah, I've definitely not done that. Or had that, I should say. Ooh, that sounds great, Blaze. And David, you reset your career. Why did you do that? You might want to reinstall the sim, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Make your own. I like just opening a package and it's just there. Oh, dang, okay. Blaze has that fancy jelly. Alright, let me just do a double check on everything here. Everything's falling apart while I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly. Nope, we're all good. Still 11,000 feet. Our fuel is good. Still don't have much of a view at the moment. It's okay. It's still cool getting these wing views and seeing the clouds go by. And oh no, well, hopefully you're still enjoying the flight stick, but yeah, I would just reinstall the sim if you're not seeing any missions for anything. 292 hours in, I will stroke out if I reset, but yeah, I could not do that. Because I'm up to... Oh, this isn't updating. I think I said 165 hours a long time ago, too. I don't think this is updating anymore. Because there's no way I'm at 165. Hang on. Let me see. Because that sounds far too low. To the achievement list. Okay. I actually have 304 hours in the sim now. Time played, 12 days, 16 hours, and 41 minutes. And of course, that's not me sitting here the whole time, of course, because, you know, we use the cheats, like Autopilot and so forth. Because, yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, I feel like I've said 165 hours, like, 5 different times now. When I looked at that. I'm going to the store tonight for Raspberry Uncrustables. Thanks for the new bad habit. You are welcome, old school Mike. I'm annoyed though, because the store I went to only had the 4-pack, but there's a 10-pack of these things too, so I gotta go to a better store. You know, I didn't realize, but north of Denver, I think they make the Uncrustables. It'd be really cool if they did tours or something, because I'd like to see these things made. Just see a bunch of Uncrustables on a conveyor belt. I think that'd be the coolest thing to see. It's like, look at them go! Blaze, why are you playing on the Xbob? You should be on the Xbox. Oh, David said Xbob. I love that name though. They should change it. It sounds better than Xbox. Oh, do you play on the PlayStation? No, I play on the Xbob. Thank you. I love it. Did you know when you're in the hangar, you can see how many hours are on each? Yes. Yeah, I saw it in the. I kind of noticed that recently too. After I realized you can wash and maintain the aircraft from the mission too. But yep, this aircraft alone is up to over 25 hours. Oh, you're good, David. I know. Just giving you some crap. Good day.
119er, Tree Pilatus 860. Star Center Pilatus November.
Ah, who needs grass, Blaze? You can look at the new grass in 2024. It's fine. You know it's weird saying 2024 now that it's not 2024 anymore. It's unbelievable. But anyways, there's an idea for your next stream. Give a tour of the factory. Come on, Smuckers, let's make it happen. I want to showcase the Uncrustable making process. Drummer, you did not pay for any window seat because it was not in the itinerary, and you didn't also get the open window package, so you wouldn't be seeing outside anyways, so it's just unbelievable. Do they have Hawaiian sweet rolls in Colorado? The King's Hawaiian brand? Is that what we're talking about? Because yeah, they're in the stores, but very nice. Building a bakery down the road from me, and I'm worried, very worried about. Could you imagine having to smell those being freshly baked? I would move. I would just move at that point. I don't want to smell fresh bread all the time. Oh my. That would be the end of me if I lived next to that. Oh, what a partnership that would be. Oh my goodness. But yes, I love doing that with King's Hawaiian and then brioche bread too. Those are great with, you know, barbecue sliders as well. Mmm. I just had an Uncrustable and now I'm even more hungry than before. Oh man. Why does it feel like we're really low? Like and probably some little hills kind of creeping up to us, but we should be fine. Yep, because we are almost to the lake, everybody. Which hopefully once we're over the water, we'll kind of run out of clouds. So we can enjoy the view just a bit. What's bugging you, sir? I mean, you seem like you're worried about something. I'm a professional pilot, okay? Nothing will go wrong. Now, if you could just scooch over just a little bit, I need to get the shot here. No doubt about it, Mike. I'd be on my 500-pound live show if I lived next to that. No doubt, Oracle. I mean, you can't go wrong with barbecue blaze. Oh, you're good, Robert. No worries. I see you're just helping somebody out. Here, you know what? Let's go outside again. We haven't been outside the plane in a little bit. Let you enjoy the Pilates. Don't mind my auto throttle being a bit weird again. But criminals, yes. I mean, yes, there's bugs and so forth, but I could not be having a better time in the sim. It's been so fun. So happy that this career mode even exists. I mean, it's just so nice having some progression in the sim rather than just random flights. And it's only going to get better and better as time goes on. So very excited to see what this year has in store for the sim, and it's going to be awesome. Jesse, can you fly over Missouri and see the snowstorm we're going to get? Possibly. We'll see what's going on. Blaze, I don't know. We might postpone. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure what we're going to do just yet regarding the multiplayer flight at the moment. We'll see, though. And Martin, no, since we haven't had an update since December 20th, hopefully we're not too far away from the next one, but right now the PC12, right? I believe still has that oxygen issue. Tin Man, I think you. If I was there, I would just eat half the stuff that the bakery would be making. Random? No, I mean, honestly, I don't do any random flights anymore. I mean, I'm hoping, because it'd be really cool. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a thing anyways, but bush flight career modes would be awesome. Or at least bringing back the bush flights anyways. Because I would like to do them, for sure. Because, yeah, if I end up doing it, there'll at least be a day buffer when I put out, like, the scheduled stream thing or whatever. I need to figure out how that all works, because I don't really use it too much, but... there'll be some... Or I'll at least do a community post so you can kind of know what's going on. If it does end up happening. And I'm sure, Tin Man, I'm sure... Here's this gigantic lake. Get a view of it on this side here. Oh. Oh. Why are my controls flipped? What's... Okay, we're... Oh, I don't know what's happening. There we go. Finally got to a window here. But by the way, this is Lake Victoria. Totally knew that without looking it up at all. I'm assuming it was named by somebody from the UK, if I'm gonna have to guess on that. Let's see. Is one of the African Great Lakes with a surface area of approximately 59,947 kilometers, or 23,146 square miles. The lake was renamed after Queen Victoria by the explorer John Hanning Speke, the first Breton to document it in 1858, because it was originally named... Oh, it was named by different tribes from the Swahili, the Hulo, and Luganda. I'm not going to try saying the names that they had, but... Yeah. It's just so funny to me, like, how all that even happened. It's just, oh, we've never seen it before, so it must not have a name, and then they just gave it a name anyways. Like, okay. It's just unbelievable. Honestly, I think it just does it automatically, because it never comes up with any issues or anything like that, so I don't think there's anything that you can do at the moment. I could be wrong on that, but pressure-wise, yeah, I think it just auto does it for you, because I've never had to mess with it myself. And again, I mean, that's why career mode's so cool. It just brings you to other places that I honestly probably wouldn't be flying around in free flight. You know, it's just, it's cool seeing all these other airports, tinier places. It's really cool. But no blaze in Africa. I did not know this is Lake Victoria. There are aquarium fish that originate from this lake. Oh. So this isn't a freshwater lake? Well, I mean, I guess there's obviously freshwater fish in the aquarium. Never mind. Just forget I said anything. Never mind. Because, you know, when I think aquarium, I just think, oh, you know, the ocean fish. And the lake receives 80% of its water from direct rainfall. The average evaporation on the lake is between 2 and 2.2 meters. And hopefully you enjoy this Cowtown tour of Lake Victoria, Africa. It would be really cool to have like the bush stuff though that we were talking about, or doing, you know, like like the beavers and stuff. Do the deliveries for people to hike up Mount Everest and whatever else. Doing those types of missions would be cool. Landing on there. I mean, of course, we're gonna be getting those remote landings with the A400M. I would imagine the C-17 as well for remote cargo operations. I mean, there's just so many different things that they can include in career mode. That's why I'm really excited about where this will all go. 10 out of 10 recommend Cowtown Tour. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the tour. Oh, it's a brackish lake. Okay. Very nice. That would be Mike. I wouldn't mind that. But nothing beats career mode. I'm hopeful they add humanitarian aid flights one day, maybe airdrops out of an A4. That'd be cool too. Do some airdrops and then go back to your... that would be nice. I mean, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's just so exciting kind of thinking about what else they can incorporate with it, because there's a lot they can do with this mode. And again, I'm just so glad it even exists, you know? Because as I've said, I mean, I played a ton of 2020 in Free Flight, but, you know, it's just, it's nice having a goal rather than just being like, okay, I'll take off from here, fly over there, and then shut the sim off, and then that's it, you know? So it's just, it's awesome having this. I wonder how that works when it's mixed with salt and all that stuff. Is there just like a wall in the water where it's just like, oh, I'm not going to go there because that's not my water anymore? Like, do fish just know what it... Does it just feel different for them? It's like, this is not my air. I'm going back. This is interesting. And exactly, yep. Most definitely, Mike. Because the whole fact of it's just like, oh, I can't wait to build up my money, get this plane, go into this career, have this company going, get another plane from that, some AI. Like, it just... And the fact it's like that already, and then it's just going to expand from this, is very exciting. Bush hunting trip guides. I'm surprised the bush flights aren't here. I'm sure they'll come back. Or honestly... Don't make it a separate mode, incorporate it into career mode. I'd be fine with that. You know, drop some people off at a campsite or something like that. It'd just be like that type of story going on. Oh, 2 people hired you to fly them out to this location out in the mountains so they can, you know, stuff like that. Or picking somebody up from there. You know, all that kind of stuff would be really cool. Fishes can detect the salt. Some fish deliberately swim into brackish water to remove parasites. Dang! Well, thank you for that, Matthew. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're in front of your ex-Bob, David. That's awesome. And hopefully you'll get those missions going. But no, that is interesting how it just... See, I mean, that's the other thing that's cool about it, you know, to talk about stuff that we're flying over as well. I mean, just such a cool sim. Why is the world photography not what flight seeing is? Well, I mean, it's a whole different thing because you're focused on that, and you're basically just running a company at an airport where people are wanting to, you know, check out their hometown or whatnot. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's more like tour-focused mission types down the road that'll go to those types of places. I think that'd be kind of cool too. incorporating that world photographer mode into the career mode. Gotcha, Blaze. I'll always take more info on a topic. So, potentially sharks can be in this lake, right? If there's salt water getting in here, I would never be in this lake then. So, that's all I know. Does Lake Victoria have sharks? It does not. Ooh, Lake Victoria is one of the most dangerous places to swim in the world, or one of. It's the largest lake in Africa. The coasts touch Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. Because of its warm waters and 80-meter, 262-foot maximum depth. Oh my. Oh, just dangerous for fishermen because of the storms it can produce and strong waves. Okay, I thought it was because you can't swim in it. Well, that was kind of... I mean, that's a pointless article. You can pretty much say that about any lake can be dangerous then. I mean, what in the world? But very nice, Kyle. They need to add tour guides to our flights to tell our passengers about the lakes, mountains, and land. I mean, that would be a cool addition, too. Honestly. Basically be the duck boats of the air. Something like that. Wow. It's definitely not a joke of a lake. My goodness. I mean, I don't even see land north of us. I think this deserves an outside view here. There's bull sharks up to Mississippi. Oh, well, forget that. I'm not going in there either anymore. This is terrible news. Come on, auto throttle, get your crap together. Oh, by the way, hang on, I'm sorry. I got water set to a low setting too. Making Lake Victoria not look as good as it can. Hang on. There we go. Very nice. That's better. And DJ Plum, enjoy my gift. Everyone here is super helpful. Absolutely. Thank you for the $2, Plum. Very much appreciate it. And we have created a very nice community of Flight Sim for sure. I'm very happy with the positivity that has shown up for this series on the channel. It's really awesome. But again, thank you very much, Plum. Hopefully you're hearing this because it's actually really loud right now. Oh my goodness, why is it so loud? Okay, it's a little quieter now, but yes, thank you, Plum. Very much appreciate it. And Jordan, this is Lake Victoria. But very nice, David. Hopefully you enjoy it. Man, you'd think we're over an ocean at this point. But that's something I want to do, especially on these longer flights when we go over stuff like that. I do want to look it up and kind of just, see what's going on, what we're flying over, because it's cool kind of exploring our world and learning about the stuff we fly over. But good, I'm glad you heard me, Plum. Just for me, my speaker, like, I don't know, it was really loud. And Eric, welcome to the stream. Aloha to you. Oh, that's awesome, David. Glad you got your missions back. But that is awesome. Thank you, Robert, for helping out David. Oops, I keep trying to go to the EFB here. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad we flew over the lake this time, because when we went to that other airport, we kind of just went right under it. Very nice. Oh, very nice, Eric. Well, happy to have you in the live stream. Absolutely, Thunderheart. Banjo, hello from Norway. You have not yet been flying into Norway. I have, but not in the streams. I was doing some cargo stuff up there with the caravan. But not on stream, no. I think I'll go there when I have... I mean, I can bring a PC-24 up there because it can handle ice a lot better. And I appreciate it, Robert. I'm glad you enjoy my content. That's awesome to hear. Very much appreciate that. Just so glad everybody enjoys the way I do the videos, the live streams, and all that. It's awesome to see that. Because eventually we can get a plane set up. Because I'm assuming a lot of remote cargo stuff is going to be up, you know, in Greenland, Iceland, and up there in the Nordics. So it'd be cool to have like our A400M stationed kind of in this general area, anyways. Because I like to have that for all the ice and snow landings and so forth. That'd be pretty cool. You know, I wonder if there's missions down. I've never actually looked at Antarctica. Just see if there's random stuff there. I mean, I doubt it, but maybe with remote cargo operations there will be. And again, it goes back to the bush trips too, like taking off from South America and delivering scientists and stuff to the Arctic and all that. I mean, that'd be cool too. But yeah, I mean, there's so much they can bring to this sim for career mode. It's just awesome to think about. And absolutely, Robert. I don't know. I think sim rate kind of just ruins the experience. I mean, it's just, I don't know. To me, I don't like it. I used it once when we did a really long caravan flight. But, I mean, once you get to the jets, I mean, the missions don't take too long. And I don't know. It just, to me, it ruins the experience. Especially for streams and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't like using it. Old school Mike, I mean, we might do it. I don't have a Discord, so. But maybe we'll set one up at some point. We shall see. Yeah, Matthew, it kind of sets it up. Like, sometimes it works fine, and then other times it does this. I mean, if we really wanted, I can just get off of auto throttle anyways and just manually set this up the way we want it to and not deal with that increase, decrease going on. But yeah, it's definitely bugged because sometimes it works during the flight and then it goes back to doing that and so forth, but it's no big deal. We can set it up ourselves. I would doubt it right now, Mike, but maybe when the remote cargo ops come in, I would say probably then. But yeah, I doubt there's anything right now for sure. With passengers, I would say flight seeing, first flight. I think those are the only two in the beginning of the sim. If I'm remembering it correctly. Because, yeah, the other ones are ferry flights, which you don't have anybody with you. So, yeah, if you're in the beginning of the sim, first flights and sight or flight seeing. Oh, really? Well, let's test it out. Let's go back to auto throttle. Do I keep it active? Or just here, let's just, oh, I was hitting the wrong thing there, my bad. Let's just see what it does when it goes back to the default setting. Maybe? Sorry, the sun's like in the perfect spot where... Well, here, hang on. Oh, I don't think that really really does anything, does it? Or it's probably not at the right angle because it's just poking through anyways. Seems like it's more controlled now. Very nice tip. That'll be handy to know in future instances. I'll go back up to see if it'll still be good when we get up to the speed I want it to be at. But good to know regardless. Just got out of work. Where are we headed? Well, welcome to the stream, Rob. Happy to have you. We took off from Africa and are heading to Africa. We're going to a coastal town of... I forgot. Tonga? I'm going to assume is how that's pronunciated. We just flew over Lake Victoria. Which is the largest lake in Africa. I'd show it, but oh, there it is. There it goes. A little cloudy on the coastline here, but it'll break up again. Am I landing? No, we're not landing yet. We still got a little bit of a ways to go here. A little bit of a ways to go. Oh yeah, we switched it. That's where we went before that. But it still doesn't like it up top. And the 280s, it still goes back to doing that. Try it one more time, but if it does it, I'll just manually set up the throttle so we don't have to listen to it accelerate, decelerate the entire flight here. Oh, you're all good, Mike. All good. AZ? I mean, I do. I've been using it for 4 years now, ever since 2020 came out, pretty much. And have been very much enjoying it. But yeah, it doesn't seem like auto throttle's wanting to get fixed on that. It doesn't like when it gets up to the 280 for some reason. That's okay. Let's turn it off. We'll just turn it off and set it up ourselves. Wish the sun would burn out a little bit so I can see my display. I love how that looks though. How it's not just like a perfectly clean glass where you don't really notice anything. And Kyle, I have a random, I don't even know what company made this, GameSir, I guess, wired controller, because I haven't had much luck with Xbox controllers. I always got stick drift, so I finally got a stick with Hall Effect sticks and triggers, and it's been working great for me. It was like 29 bucks or something, so I have that for both PC and Xbox, and then I have the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 1 as my flight stick. But yeah, got an Xbox controller last Christmas, and it had stick drift in about 3 weeks. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going for the Hall Effect stick finally, and haven't had any issues with my $29 controller. And I'm not too bothered by the wired part of it, at least now I don't have to worry about charging anything, it just always works. You have the Velocity 1 rudder pedals, but they don't work right now because of software update. Oh, hopefully they'll work soon for you, Kyle. Oh, shoot. I hate not having auto throttle, but I also don't want to hear it accelerate and decelerate all the time either. It's quite the conundrum we have here. But nice, Robert. Hopefully you can pretty soon. They really just amplify the experience for sure. And Mike with the Velocity 1 flight stick, another great one as well. Ooh, very nice, Jordan. Glad you're having a good time with it. Hello, engine. Hello, other engine. Ooh, that actually looks nice with the sun poking out right there. It'll be so nice when the sim officially is doing the real time as well, rather than it just being kind of noon or around noon. And again, I know there's the whole UTC change thing and whatever, I'm not too worried about it. And technically, I wouldn't want to do night flights on streams. We'll do it from time to time, but obviously we'll be more dusk to dawn time frame, because then at least we'll actually see something, because night flights are not going to look good on the stream, because you're hardly going to see anything. I mean, you'll see the lights down below, but everything else will be pretty much pitch black. So I won't be doing night flights too often. And I appreciate it, Mike. I mean, if it keeps going to overspeed, I'll just deal with the auto throttle. It's no big deal. I just wanted to make sure people weren't getting annoyed by it or anything. Just ordered the cheapest $35 stick I could find, the 3D Pro. Anyone else have the device? Well, hopefully it works out great for you, Plum. I had a PlayStation my whole life, got an Xbox controller because it's easy to use with Windows. Surprisingly, it has never given me issues. I didn't know about the stick drift until after I got it. Well, I'm glad you haven't. Yeah, I guess I was just getting crap luck with the controllers, but yeah, I just wanted to get the Hall effect ones because those don't have the usual things that can create stick drift. So these are pretty much endless, which I'm all for, because I've spent far too much money on controllers. You know, I mean, it would be interesting to have bird strikes, but now that I'm actually paying money, I mean, obviously not real money, but in-game money and, you know, spending time to accumulate, I don't know if I want that happening and then having my plane crash, to be honest with you. It's just, I mean, obviously you can navigate it depending on the plane you're in, but yeah, I don't know. And Kyle, no, I do not play on the Xbox, no. I did play on the Xbox version when it first came out just to showcase it, but I'm always on PC for Flight Sim. In the next career stream, could you do a night mission? I'll do night stuff when it officially is in the sim. I'm not going to go through the UTC time thing or anything like that. I'll just wait until it's officially working in the sim. But there will be night flights occasionally. They're not going to be very often, because again, it's not going to be a very enjoyable viewing experience for the viewers. So it's just, it'll be something we do periodically just to switch things up. But what we will do is open up the folding table. So there we go. Alright, what do we got going on up here? Oh, we're going very... Okay, we'll go back to this. Because I really don't feel like fighting with trying to just maintain the speed while not looking at it and slowing us down. Oh, okay. I mean, if everybody's fine with it, then no, okay. I will leave it there. But yeah, Jordan, it's just... If we're flying maybe free flight or something and we just want to see a city at night or whatever, we can do it. But yeah, it's just... Like, if we were doing this at night now, then, I mean, it's just... At least here we can see how the clouds are forming. Still see what's going on. Because obviously we wouldn't be seeing many city lights here. You'd see some speckled throughout, but... I mean, all we would see is the interior of our airplane, and that's it, so... That's why I'm not too worried about diving into the night flight. Alright. We're gonna have control over the plane for now. I'm gonna go fly around the outside. Hopefully you're okay with that. Just see my pilot avatar just swooping around the plane. Oh, don't know why my tail is changing paint colors. Got one of those new fancy paints, I guess. Must just be the load distance. All right. Gonna be making our few final turns here soon. And obviously we still got still got a bit of a ways to go here. What am I trying to do here? That's what I'm trying to do. We're about 500 miles out still from our destination. Probably gonna be getting into somebody's airspace. Ooh. This looks cool. Is this a volcano? I think it is. I'm gonna be flying right by this place. That looks awesome. Okay. I like this flight plan it gave us here. But no, we don't have another airspace to talk to until pretty much at that volcano. Oh, it'll be a little bit... No, right there. I'm sure we'll be talking to somebody else, but that's a little bit of ways, but that's going to be awesome seeing this volcano. What's the elevations at here? Oh, that's not right. 0, okay. I doubt that. They all say 0 for some. Is this Kilimanjaro? Oh, we get to fly by that? Very nice. Okay. I'm excited for that. We might even divert off of our course a little bit there, because I want to get a nice close-up of that. Very cool. Kilimanjaro. Are you excited for that? I'm gonna see Kilimanjaro. Very cool. And yes, Mike, yeah, we'll divert off the flight plan for sure on that. Because I want to go nice and close to it. Or even over it. We'll probably divert off after... Probably around here or so. I mean, pretty much when we start seeing it, we can kind of divert and then hook back up with the waypoint after that. Nice. See, this is what I'm talking about, just picking a random mission, all of a sudden you're just flying by this cool stuff, and love it. Happy early birthday. Oh, by the way, let me get the tablet out of the way there. Interested to see if we're going to start getting the development updates again today. Or if it's going to be next Thursday. But it'd be nice to get some information as to what's next and what to expect in the next week or so. Because I'd be surprised if we don't hear anything from them today. So it's always nice once we get into the new year, it's like, oh, everything's finally done. Mount Kilimanjaro is 19,000 feet? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're definitely have to climb then. It's the highest volcano in the Eastern Hemisphere. We get to fly right by it. It's only 4 million years old. Wow, the last eruption is between 150,000 and 200,000 years ago. What a boring volcano. And the first ascent was by Hans Meyer and Ludwig Pertscheller in October 6th, 1889. And it is classified as a stratovolcano. So I'm assuming that it's not active anymore? Nope, it is a dormant volcano, not an active one. Well then what's the point? Just destroy it. With crop dusting, you need to be... It takes practice to get used to it. I think it's easier with the helicopter than it is with the air tractor, but yeah, it takes some practice, getting those turns right, getting those rows going and all that. Because if you look at your EFB, you'll see where you've sprayed or not sprayed, and of course if you're going too fast, too slow, too high, all that kind of stuff can impact the spray. All these bugs hitting my window. Unbelievable.
Nairobi Center, Pilatus, November 588, 60, 11,000 feet. Pilatus, November 58860, Nairobi Center, QNH 10, 12 radar contact. Continue to Maggot.
Excuse me? Ooh, we're turning. And just a tad bit more old school for sure, Mike. No doubt. I can't believe that there's people that complain when there's somebody in a window seat and they have the shade open the whole time. It's like, if I paid for a window seat, you can best guarantee I'm looking out that window the entire flight. If you want to sleep, you can sleep after the flight. I don't care. Unbelievable. I was just thinking about that because, I always love looking outside when the plane's turning. But, yeah, it's just so funny. Like, oh, they need to close the shade. Like, no, I paid for this seat. I'm going to be looking outside, especially in the daytime, or over mountains and all that stuff. Because when I flew from Colorado to Salt Lake City, what an awesome flight. All the mountains the whole way over. You can best guarantee that shade was open the entirety of that flight. I mean, it's just like, if you don't want the shade open, then go drive your own car and drive to your destination. You don't have to worry about it. Okay? It's like, get out of here. I like how you can see the terrain starting to build up a little bit more as we're heading over to Mount Kilimanjaro. It is, Plum. What a job to have. Doing these flights and moving cargo or passengers or firefighting. Medevac, saving lives. Pretty awesome. Yeah, you can definitely tell the terrain's changing. My goodness, we're starting... I'm surprised we haven't gotten a altitude increase because... I mean, we'll pay attention to it because there's no way we're clearing those in front of us. I'm sure we'll hear something here shortly. Running into a bit of turbulence as well. Unsurprisingly. Oh, is that it over there? I think that might be Kilimanjaro, way off in the distance there. Oh, this is so... This sim is just awesome. It's so cool experiencing the world. I mean, they could have easily made it to where it's like, you know what, we're not going to replicate Earth. We're going to make a smaller version of it or something. But the fact that it's the actual Earth, it's just something that impresses me each time I just think about it. This is what it actually is like. It isn't just some smaller version of it. So yeah, we'll see if ATC gives us any other stuff once we get closer to that. And Jordan, I'm pretty sure that'll be something too. I mean, just like firefighting and helicopters is going to come down the road as well. I'm sure we're going to start seeing medevac at some point for helicopters to... Does that plane have a TCAS? To be honest, I've seen it before, that name, but I don't know if it... Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure somebody else will be able to answer that, though, that are a bit more familiar with the more technical things of an aircraft. You know what? It kind of... Does it feel like it's getting a bit more sunset-y? It is, look at that. That's cool. I'm pretty sure the sun has been moving. Because I was about to say, it feels it's becoming more afternoon time now. And for sure it is. I don't know if there's a clock anywhere in here. Oh, 14:30 Zulu time. Does it actually change? Let me scrub back a bit. See if that time's actually moved or not. Yep, it has. Nice. Oh, traffic collision avoidance system. I would assume so. I do not like the JMB-22. Is that the one with the weird, like, window in the front? JMB-22. Oh. Yes, the BN Products USA Electric Rebar Bender JMB-22 with stand. Yeah, I don't like it either. It has an orange color and too many buttons on the outside. It looks heavy too. Oh, is it that optic, like, weird blue? I don't like that plane either. If we're talking about that weird, like, bubble plane thing. Getting a bit foggy or smoggy as well. Maybe it is an active volcano. Getting that VOG, as they always said in Hawaii. That was always fun to breathe in. Oh, it's not the optic? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Because I don't like that plane. Nothing against the developers who made it or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, it's just a weird plane. And you can best guarantee we're going to be taking a nice thumbnail with Mount Kilimanjaro as well. That'll be excellent. We're getting closer! And again, we'll break off of Autopilot, or I'll just have... Actually, you know what, let's set that up already. And we'll just intercept the line again after we pass it. Something like right around here will be perfect. And we'll just break off a nav, set it to heading, and we can get a nice pass by the mountain. Sorry, it just threw me off there for a second. Really awesome terrain. I mean, that's what's so cool about career mode, is just picking a random place. You don't even know what you're gonna fly over. It's just awesome. Who knows, we might actually have a bit of a close to a night landing by the time we get to the airport. Oh yeah, here we go. Little turn. No, not gonna be too much of a turn for that waypoint, unfortunately. Just a little shuffle over. Look at that. Unfortunately, I'm seeing, hopefully the clouds aren't around there. Watch this, I'm gonna moonwalk backwards. I bet he was amazed by that. Our co-pilot's probably like, can this flight end, please? But yeah, and then like I said in yesterday's world photography mode, since there doesn't seem to be too much interest in that mode, it'll just be something I do on my own. So that series will wrap up. But of course, everything else flight sim-wise is still going to be here. I'm just saying I'm dropping the world photographer mode from the selection of content. The side isn't as exciting. I mean, I do like the ripples that, you know, are a mix of water and lava and everything else that's happened. We'll go back over here. We should probably start focusing on front of us as well. That's fine. We'll be above that. I'm getting worried, folks. Kilimanjaro's looking a little cloudy. Hopefully that's just between us and there, and then it's clear around it. We'll see. How long till we land? I'd say we'll probably get there in maybe 40 minutes, if I'd have to take a wild guess. We've been in the air for almost 2 hours in 10 minutes. But I mean, after Kilimanjaro, we can just speed it up just a little bit. I mean, the stream has been going for 3 hours already. Well, I know it does it sometimes, but right now it doesn't have my estimated time for some reason. Normally it's right here, and landing time there, but it just depends on what the EFB shows. But it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, we can sim rate it a little bit. I mean, we have been in the air for 2 hours now, so I don't want it to drag on too long. That's why I typically don't want to do these missions, but it's still cool. I don't know, I like doing these, just especially when you have scenery like this and you're running, you know, flying by some awesome things. I think it makes it worth the longer flight. +4, does it actually say something? Oh, we're talking this. Okay, I didn't even see that. Gotcha. Hey, I was close. About 40 minutes. I mean, we'd be getting there quicker if auto throttle would get its crap together, but it wants to keep doing the nonsense. But yeah, I didn't even pay attention to the left side there. But us fluctuating with our speed makes it go a little bit longer. Because, yeah, I don't know why I never even noticed that. I was just always looking at the estimated time there and never looked at the where it says time. By the way, we're going to go ahead and increase some settings here. A little bit of that. Don't think I need to worry about anything else. Get that boost up so it'll look nice. But yeah, no worries, Blaze. It's all good. Still appreciate you hanging out, even though you're getting a bit busy. I almost kind of forgot I got out of auto throttle. Wanted to make sure everything's good in here. No. Yeah, no doubt about that, Blaze. I'm going to go back to auto throttle for now, since we're going to be more focused on the sightseeing aspect. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the top of Kilimanjaro is going to be cloudy. Oh no, hang on. And can I get an increase, please, of, let's say, 7,000 feet?
Nairobi Center, Pilatus 860. Request FL180. Pilatus 860 climb.
Nice.
And maintain FL180. Climb and maintain FL180, Pilatus 860.
Also go off a nav. Do a little sightseeing here. Yeah, it looks like it'll be clear enough for us to enjoy it. We were at 260 earlier and it still did it. I don't know what it is. It's all good though. It's all good. Especially now that we're climbing anyways, so.
Latest 860 contact our center on 119er. Tree, good day.
Good day.
119er, tree the latest 860.
Up the mountain we go.
November 58860 is at 14,700 feet, climbing FL1.
We're gonna take a hit on our follow flight instructions or whatever that one score is now that we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, but that's okay. If we don't get an A rating because of it, it's no big deal. I want to fly by the volcano. Let's get... Can I get 20, please?
Dar Center Pilatus 860. Request FL200. Pilatus 860 climb and maintain.
Perfect, thank you.
Climb and maintain FL200 Pilatus 860.
See, this will cut a little bit of time out. Because then I'll just set it up to hook back up with OK Pab. But after we get through Kilimanjaro, I'll sim rate it a little bit quicker. We can wrap up our lengthy stream here. Again, we have been going for 3 hours and 20 minutes. Always looks so cool. Never mind, that was at 29. Oh, okay, gotcha, Robert. Go just to the left a little bit. Wait for it to get into the loading distance so it'll look even better. bank right. Pause it just before the clouds. And then there was silence. Hold on. The only thing is, I wish I had the sun on this side, but that's okay. I'll probably come back and redo this picture, but... Nice. And we're back. Alright, we're gonna slow down. We're gonna bring our heading to the right. Also going to make this intercept again. Let's get our descent going. So we're at 20,000. Let's go 8,000 just to start and get back to our 11,000.
Request 12,000 feet. Latest November 58860. Request denied.
Oh, excuse me. Don't be denied. Get out of here. I'm about to cancel my IFR at this point. Request denied. Let's try that again.
Request 12,000 feet. Latest November 58860. Request denied.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna cancel my IFR and do whatever I want to do anyways. How's that sound?
Cancel IFR at this time. Latest 860 IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 7000. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Yeah, good day. Bunch of jerks. And it is Mike. That was awesome. Glad we were able to see that. Didn't even know we were gonna fly by it. But alright, we'll speed things up now. That way the stream doesn't last too long here. And we are, Eric. Cheating even more so. But again, I don't want these streams going for too many hours here. Should be alright with fuel to get to the airport. We're back on our flight path after a little diversion. It was a well worth diversion, I think. Back down to our 11,000 that we were at originally. Hey Dash, welcome, welcome. You just reached the end here. Yeah, I always turn, like, anytime that we've done this, I always turn it down at turns, or when it gets really turbulent, just to make sure nothing goes crazy after that. Because that would definitely be a shame. But happy to have you for a live stream, Dash. I don't know why it's shaking so much here. Must be a lot of turbulence, even though there's not much wind. It'll probably smooth out as we get away from Kilimanjaro. Doesn't help that auto throttle can't figure out what it's trying to do either. That doesn't help. And my audio's, that's why I don't really like and sim rate. But I do have other things going on here shortly, and this is going a little longer than I was anticipating. Which again, thanks to auto throttle for not figuring out what it's trying to do. Whew. Bugs can go all the way up to, I think, what did we say? 29,000 feet? Because I remember somebody was asking about it a while ago. I looked it up. But yep, they can be up there, flies and all that kind of stuff. Plus, we were flying at 11,000 feet for the majority of the 2 hours of flying that we've done in this flight. But yeah, I really hope whatever it is with auto throttle can get fixed, because it is just, it's weird seeing it do that. Especially when it's not, I understand if it's like fighting a lot of wind or something, and turbulence, then I understand why it would be doing that, but it's been smooth flights and it's just, it still acts very odd. Go ahead and slow things down anyways. But yeah, again, if you use SimRate, that's cool. I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't want people. It's just I don't know how people use it. I don't know. It's weird seeing the plane get all weird and squirrely and all that. That's why I try not to use it. But I did not have 40 minutes of real time left to finish this flight, or else if I didn't have anything else going on, I would have just done it fully normal. But unfortunately, I've got to get going here. But this is at least saving us of about 15 or so minutes. We're not going to be using it too much longer, thankfully. Got more turbulence on the way. Once we get to Dundo, we'll stop the sim rate nonsense and then turn off autopilot and start getting ready to go for our landing. Dundo! We're almost here. All the shaking probably doesn't help with the cargo either. It's just, yeah, this is why, to those that ask why I don't use SimRate, I hate looking at it looking like that. I don't know, it's just weird. But alright. Saved us 20 minutes, which is perfect. Looks like we're back to real time. Yep. Perfect. I mean, we can skip to approach, but then we're losing money. We'd be losing a lot of money out of that. Even if you're that close, it'll still deduct a lot out of it. Alright, sim rate nonsense is done. Perfect. We're out of autopilot. Get out of the stupid auto throttle, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's get landing. I mean, if you skip everything, you're not getting the full money out of a mission, I don't think. Because that should be deducting points too, I'd imagine. Because, I mean, if you would just skip the entire mission, you're definitely not going to get $1 million for completing it, I don't think. Yeah, Plum, because if you skip stuff, you're deducting money too. Which is why you can't just skip from takeoff to landing and then make the full amount out of it. Hey, Bearded Wonder, it is great. Just wrapping up a 3.5 hour long stream here. Oh, that's... Oh, hello. Honestly, I think this is the thumbnail. That looks excellent. Beautiful. But anyways, let's get back to what we're trying to do here. Because, yeah, it wouldn't make any sense if everybody just skips the mission in 2 seconds and then gets the same amount as somebody who played the whole mission. That would definitely make no sense. Because you probably get 200 credits or so if you skipped everything out of $1 million. Oh no, I got you, Mike. But yeah, I mean, see, if we would deduct that, then it would defeat the whole purpose after that. That's why I just use SimRate to move it up just a little bit and avoid not skipping. Since we've done 95, 97% of the flight already without SimRate, so... But it's all good. We got this under control. Beautiful. Just awesome though, like the sun started out a little bit later, so we actually got to see a nice evening sunset almost, which is awesome. I'm just going a little bit to the right just to give us a bit more space here. I mean, I know I can probably descend a little bit quicker than we are, but not too worried about it. I see a road. Not really seeing an airport, though. Oh, Rob, no, I'm from Mississippi, but my dad was... or is from Michigan. So just became a Detroit fan, of course. No worries, cheater. It is. And see, if we can get missions like that all the time with when the live time and all that stuff works correctly, I'm all for it. And getting shots like that, or even sunrises starting off in the dark and then getting that going, that'll be really cool too. Let me get our first degree of flaps in here. Start slowing things down just a tad. Keep our descent going. Now you can guarantee the bugs are coming out in full force with the sun gone. One for that second notch of flaps. It's a road. Still not seeing this airport. Oh, there it is. I see it now. I was looking the wrong spot. I definitely underestimated the descent I had to do here. You know, it's just it's all Mount Kilimanjaro's fault. Oh, we're good though. Everything's fine. Get these gears down. Go ahead and arm our speed brakes. No. Just arm, please. I don't know why I keep doing that all of a sudden. I did that on the first landing, too. Higher camera angle here. Ooh. Little gust there. Say hello to the birds. Come on. Ugh. Not as good as our first landing. We're here. A little bit of a hop. That's okay. What happens when I'm in a bit more of a rush? But hopefully you guys still enjoyed flying with me around Africa. Some really cool sights today. A couple lovely landings. The first one was a lot better, but that wasn't still too bad. But that's what happens when I'm in a bit more of a rush mood, so... Oh, that just looks really cool. I'm so glad we had a bit of a sunset here. Very, very cool. But hopefully we still got a decent score out of it. I know it'll deduct points because of us kind of diverting off the flight plan and so forth, but that's alright. It was worth flying over Kilimanjaro, and then of course Lake Victoria was really cool to fly over as well. I'm here for parking, please.
Take the ground, Paletus November 58860 taxi to parking.
Latest November 58860 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, hello?
taxiway Pilatus 860.
And isn't it, David? Yeah, it just adds to the experience for sure. Yeah, don't have that, Rob. And you're welcome, Mike. Thanks for sticking around. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Very much appreciate all the support still. And I will, well, here, we'll showcase how much money we got out of this. I just love this plane. It's just awesome. Just awesome. Wish the last landing would have been a bit better there, but, you know. That's what happens when you're in a rush. Gotta get some stuff done. See, look, he's even in a rush. Oh, we're still gonna get an A rating at least, even though we bailed off of the procedures a little bit. Perfect. So that brings us to 13 of 15, I think? Something like that? And another over million mission, hopefully? Yes. I love it. Oh, I can't believe, like, see, they still need to work on the reputation thing. There's no reason for that to go down like that, but whatever. Level 218. And there we go. Over $11.3 million in the bank. And 2 more missions, and we'll be ready to go for whenever heavy cargo missions arrive. So again, thank you guys so much for the support and hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time.